What's up guys, Tech and Tyler, and today's video is going to be about a really cool NEMA head that I got a couple months back or so, along with a bunch of other light fixtures from a good friend that I met who's a collector as well. This fixture is quite unique because of the design style of it, and also just the fact of it's not a normal all around together fixture as well. And that fixture is this right here. Now, I don't know a whole lot about these fixtures per se, but I know that the name that this is called is like the Suburban or something like that. I can't really remember. I also don't remember the manufacturer. I think it's Line Materials possibly. I'm not too sure. I don't have a whole lot of knowledge when it comes to these particular fixtures because they're kind of unique, but this one's pretty unique, like I said, because of the design of it. The head of it is a lot bigger than a normal NEMA head, and it is a mercury vapor fixture, but it's 240 though. So I won't be able to turn it on to show y'all in this video of it working, but I have tested it and it does work pretty well. I want to keep it original and keep it 240 possibly, but I'm not too sure if I want to. I might want to convert it to 120, but I have a couple fixtures that are 240 and I plan to keep those 240, so I'll probably just end up keeping this at 240 because I don't want to change its originality. I want to keep it the same. But as you can see, I don't have the ballast in it. The wires are just hanging there because I had to take this apart because it needs a good cleaning, and the terminals for the ballast are quite messed up as well. Overall, though, it is in really good shape besides that. And what's unique about this fixture as well is the shade reflector refractor assembly is not a clip-on with the little clips that go on the sides of it. This one is actually built in, so it has the metal ring right here and a adjustment screw in the back. You can take that band off of it and you can basically put any style of lens on it that you want, which is really cool. But the only downside about it is underneath of it here, it's not reflective, it's just the metal. And I'll take you out the tripod and show you. So it doesn't have any sort of reflectiveness, so the light doesn't really have anywhere to go that well. Turn on the light here. As you can see, it's quite corroded. I got to clean it. The wires, though, for it are actually in pretty decent shape, so that's good. But yeah, you can see how dirty it is on the inside, and you can see where the bracket for the ballast goes right there on that side and that side right there. And you can see where the photocell is, which is on the top here. Yes, it is a Line Material, so I was right. And you can see the standard Line Material socket up there. It's in pretty good shape, but you can see how dirty it is. But yeah, this is a pretty unique fixture. I've never heard or seen these before until the friend that I have who's also a collector told me about these, and seeing pictures of them and hearing about them. So I've always wanted one, and he actually had a couple of them, and so I managed to get one from him. Like I said, it is going to need some work, but it is, though, in pretty good shape. But I have all the parts out of it, like I said, because I got to do some work and the terminals are bad. I will show you how bad the terminals are. Let me grab the assembly real quick. So here we have the ballast assembly, which overall is in pretty good shape. Let me tilt this down here. It's in pretty good shape. Just one singular ballast, 240, socket and bracket. So there's not a whole lot to it, which is nice. It's simple. It's got a bracket on the bottom that helps make it sturdy and secure from the top where that little cutout is. And then right here would be the terminal block. So I might end up having to add a new terminal block to it. I don't think yes, there actually is some lettering on the side. So if we take a look here, we can see 175 watt H39 240 60 cycles or 60 hertz. But yeah, it's in really good condition for what it is. It just needs to be cleaned. But let me find the terminals. So here is the terminal block. It's kind of interesting. On the bottom it has spots to put crimp connections in here to make it all work. And as you can see, here are the connections, and they work. You can kind of see they're labeled for, you know, neutral, line 1, line 2 for the 120. But the issue with these is they're quite loose. This one's not too bad, but these two, especially this one, is loose. The screws were really bad. I'm actually really amazed that I managed to get these screws out of this without breaking it, surprisingly. Because this little paper board stuff, heat protector, is really kind of not too great. And I mean, the connections they're just pieces of metal that hold in there, so it's not too bad. So I might try to tap these screws out, clean them up a little bit, and put some new screws in it, because I'd like to try to keep this all original and reuse this if possible. But if I can't, I'm gonna have to put a new terminal block on it. But yeah, I want to say and believe that this fixture is from the 60s, possibly, maybe late 60s, early 70s. I'm not too sure, but it's a really neat piece. I know they're not common. I think they're pretty rare, hard to find. Because these fixtures, and don't quote me, I could be wrong on this, but from what I understand is these fixtures would have been designed for neighborhoods, like, you know, suburban neighborhoods and stuff of that time period, where they would have the actual, like, metal pole that would have gone in the ground that came up and it would bend, like the all-in-one steel poles that weren't wood, and these would have gone on it to have the neighborhood look, you know, more appealing, kind of futuristic, I guess, for the time being. And I always thought the looks of those were really cool. So, you know, having light fixtures like these dedicated for neighborhoods like that's pretty neat. And so I would imagine they were popular in some areas, but not so much others. So this fixture is definitely a unique rarity. But I do got to work on this at some point, and then I will make a video of it turning on with its original components once I get it, you know, cleaned up, restored to the best of my ability, and make a video on it, working, tested, and everything like that. But yeah, I just have to clean it first, and then I also need to rerun my 240 line that I had over here to test it, because I believe in my collection I have a few multi-tap ballast, but I only have not even a handful of 240 volt fixtures. I know this one. I have another one that is I believe a McGraw-Edison fixture, and maybe one more fixture that's 240. So I don't have but maybe like 3 fixtures that are 240. And then if I did have some of them that were 240, if they weren't nothing rare or crazy, I would have converted them to, you know, 120 or put a multi-tap ballast in it. But these types of fixtures I want to keep original. Oh, I actually, never mind. I just remembered I have 2 more fixtures that are 240, and those are 2 GE power brackets from the 60s. I think one is from 1964 and the other one's from 1963, but those are outside at the moment, currently in pieces. I have to rewire the sockets because the wires are dry rotted, and I have to clean them up really bad because one had a mouse in it and they have a lot of corrosion in them. But they did work. I tested them and they do work, and they work well, and they're quiet too. So I'll be making videos on those eventually too once I get around to finishing those. But yeah, I have a couple power brackets to make videos on. I have a new old stock one, and then those. I have 2 that are 120 or they're multi-tap, and then I have 2 that are 240 volt. So those are pretty cool fixtures. So I'll be making videos on those eventually along with other stuff. But yeah, so today's was showing off this one. That's pretty unique. Sorry that I wasn't able to show it turning on, but I at least wanted to show this really cool, unique fixture. But yeah, with that, keep a lookout for more videos that I post, and stay tuned for the next. And until then, thank you.